Kyle Carruth, Christina's new partner, joins the argument, brandishing a rifle.
Call 911.
Carruth shoots at Chad's feet. Then Chad appears to reach toward the gun. That's when Carruth fires 2 fatal shots.
So, we're going back to Texas. I'm pretty sure you've heard the news about what happened down in Lubbock, Texas, with the father going to pick up his child and was shot and killed by his ex-wife's current boyfriend. I don't think he is a husband. I'm not sure. But regardless, he killed the father of his current woman's children for nothing. But there's blame to be placed in multiple places. But one thing I say all the time is, and I try to teach this to my children as well, you're only responsible for your actions. You can only control yourself and the decisions that you make. You have no control over other people. So when it comes to a situation like this, specifically a custody issue, and this is me speaking from experience, this is not me talking out my ass like I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is something that I had to learn myself. When you are in a custody situation and you have legal documents, what I'm going to say applies even if you don't have legal documents, even before you get to the court. But especially once you get the court thing worked out, when you get paperwork saying that you're supposed to have your children at a certain time, at a certain place. This, what I'm going to say, applies to men and women. It applies to the mother and the father. If your co-parent is not following their part of a court order, you do not fight with them. You do not argue with them. You leave. It's that simple. You leave, you document, you report it to your lawyer, and your lawyer will report it to the court. If you don't have a lawyer, you document it, you report it to the court or to the mediation center. No need to call the police. They're not going to do anything. No need to stand out there arguing with the other parent. It's not going to do anything. You leave. And from that point, if you can't have an agreement on, if it can't be civil, picking up the child, transitioning the child at either person's home, you need to do it at a neutral location. If another party is going to have an issue, exchanges need to be only between the parents, or have a family member there, a trusted family member that's neutral to be there. Or, to be really safe, transition at a police department in the parking lot. This could have been avoided, this situation. The first thing, as humans, we see things differently. So someone can watch this situation and say, at that point, this could have been avoided, or at that point, this could have been avoided, or at this point, they could have been avoided. This person should have did that. That person should have did this. I'm going to speak from the point of view of the upset father who was there to pick up his child, because I know that position. We didn't get to see the beginning of it, like when he first pulled up, when he got out. I'm assuming his wife was filming from the car for their records. But the fact that she was filming, and I don't know if he knows she was filming, he shouldn't have been acting that way if he knew he was on camera. So, speaking from his point of view, the father picking up his child, when she said the child wasn't available, And I think she says in the video that you could pick him up at 6. Either he could agree with that and say okay and just leave, or he can disagree. But he could say, okay, I'm not picking him up at 6. That's not going to work, and leave. The thing is, honestly, this could have been a phone call. I mean, if she knew that their child wasn't going to be available and ready at 3:15, whatever time he was going to get him, she could have just told him it over the phone. But again, he's not responsible for what other people do. He's only responsible for what choices he makes. And he could have made the choice to just not deal with it. As far as interaction with her and her current boyfriend or husband or whatever he is. He could have made the decision to document the situation, report it to his lawyer, and move on. Take care of it in the court. That's what the court is there for. If the co-parent wants to do things that are not in the court order and are not what was agreed upon, you let that fight take place in the courtroom, not in person, because it's just going to it leads to places that these situations don't need to lead to, which is what you see what happened. Someone lost their life just trying to pick up his child. Which is something that just could have easily been avoided. Let's watch the video.
A dispute over child custody turns deadly in Texas, putting the state's stand your ground law to the test. The man who pulled the trigger claims it was self-defense, but the victim's wife says video of the confrontation tells a different story. We do want to warn you, it is difficult to watch. ABC's Zoreen Shaw reports for us.
Chad Reed was attempting to pick up his 9-year-old son from his ex-wife, Christina, seen here in the white shirt.
I'm supposed to have him at 3:15. You're playing games.
Reed's current wife, Jennifer, capturing this video from her car, speaking.
I just want to pause it right there. Now, this guy, the new boyfriend, husband, whoever he is. Now let's speak from his point of view. I don't know his point of view. I've never been in his situation, and I wouldn't put myself in his situation. This issue that's going on is between the parents of the children. It has nothing to do with you. You shouldn't even be out there. And then once the ex-husband, Chad, the father, got in your face, you should have just walked away, left that alone. You can see Chad wasn't doing anything in the video. You can see that he wasn't doing anything to the ex-wife, Christina. You see the distance between them two. Like, they have a good distance between them. He's not in her face. Let's rewind it a bit. Let's take a look. Look at this distance between them two. They're nowhere near each other. So he's not threatening her. He's aggressive, but not too aggressive. Like, listen to the way he talks. Listen to how he interacts with her. Look at this. He's angry, of course, but he's keeping a distance from her. He's not in her face. He even stops.
Wife Christina,
look at this.
Seen here in the white shirt.
Look, he stops. He's just talking to her. Look at the distance. He's not in her face.
Reed's
He's just talking to her. But
Jennifer,
look at him. The aggression between them two. So anyway, the point I was trying to make is there's no threat here. Look at how calm she is. And that's because this is her ex-husband. I'm assuming a part of her knows him well enough to know that he's not a threat when he's like this. He's just angry. And she knows that. She's not backing up. She's not saying, hey, get out of my face. He's not getting closer to her. He's just talking, pointing out the facts. And he's actually pretty calm. Look at him. He's upset. But look at him. Kept his distance from her. Just talking. She's talking. She's holding the phone. She's not yelling. So, obviously, there's no threat. There's no threat for him, for this dude, his name, Kyle, even before he got the gun. There's really no reason for him to be arguing with the father, because the father's no threat to anybody. He's just there to pick up his kid. He's arguing with his ex, but he's not in her face. He's not trying to hurt her. Just keeping his distance, fussing with her. I mean, it is what it is. That happens all the time. I'm pretty sure Kyle and her have had arguments that are probably a lot worse than that. Now, I understand him wanting to protect and defend his home, but he's no threat. And I'm assuming this isn't the first time he's had to come pick up his kid from over there, for him to be there. And I do wonder, is this Kyle's house, or is this Christina's house, the ex-wife's house? I don't even know whose house this is. The fact that there's a gun there, yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know. This shit is just sad though, man. And I don't understand why he's so angry. This dude literally has a new wife. He has a new wife. What is he so angry about? I mean, it's... You know what? Maybe it's because I'm so removed from my custody case, which ended... oh, shit. It ended probably almost 10 years ago. So I'm just removed from that. And me and my co-parents follow... we follow our parenting plan and don't have issues, you know? I think the only time it got this bad was before we even, I don't even know if we had, yeah, we went to court, but things weren't fully resolved yet. So, but anyway, so I understand him being upset, and I understand him want to protect the home, but to grab a gun, unnecessary. But we're not gonna go there. It's not about blame. This video, what I want to give to the world is a teachable moment in self-control and being able to make the right decision for yourself, not for anybody else. I know in the moment he's there, he might be thinking to himself, you know, this fight is for my children. I'm fighting for my children. And I understand that. But this is a situation where even say Kyle didn't go get a gun. You could end up in jail, bro. Y'all could have got into a scuffle, fighting, police called. You're going to jail because you're on their property. Even if you weren't the aggressor and you know y'all start scuffling, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. So how is that doing you or your children any good? How's that doing anybody any good? It's doing no one any good. Not you, not your new wife. And if she got kids, you're not there for them. And then you're not even there for your kids. Trust me. It took me a couple of years of going through this to understand. It took a specific situation to happen where my lawyer told me straight up, if your co-parent isn't doing what they supposed to do, you walk away. You leave it alone. You don't deal with it. You just don't call the police. You document, you let me know, and we'll take care of it from there. But it took something happening for me to be told that. No one knew what was going to happen, and I'm pretty sure this is the same situation. He didn't know that just arguing with his ex-wife, picking up his son, he was going to lose his life. He had no idea. But somebody at their age, they both should have known better. They're not young. None of them. The girl, the ex-wife, the new wife, the new boyfriend, the father. Nobody's young in this situation, so they all should know better. When my situation happened, I was younger. I can say I didn't know better. I didn't know how to deal with that situation. But this is a warning. This is
His current wife, Jennifer, capturing this video from her car, speaking
all the young fellas out there. I don't want that talking over me. Walk away. You walk away if that's what you have to do to protect yourself, to protect your children, you walk away and you report what you need to report. Now, I'm pretty sure this is obvious that these kids are not in a bad situation based on how everybody looks. Everybody looks healthy. The homes look healthy. Seems like a good life for everyone. I mean, that gun he got, that's a beast. That's a nice piece of weaponry. So all these people are doing good. It's just one of those unnecessary situations. I'm pretty sure there's situations out there where you got some kids are growing up with their co-parent, and that co-parent is in a bad situation, and you trying to get your child away from that, and you got to go through stuff. But this still isn't the answer. This is a lesson to be learned. This is not the answer. You walk the fuck away. You document, you report, and you leave that shit alone. You fucking walk away with your life. Let's play this. I started talking and I didn't even let you guys watch the video.
Exclusively to GMA.
He would do anything for time with his kids.
Kyle Carruth, Christina's new partner, joins the argument, brandishing a rifle.
See, I was right. New partner. That's not even her new husband. He's just somebody that she's seen. Just somebody that she's seeing. You think he gives a fuck? He don't even, this dude right here. And again, I'm trying to go in on this, but he don't give a fuck about your kids. He don't give a fuck about you. He obviously don't give a fuck about her. He pulled out a gun on his girlfriend's baby daddy. They were married. You're just the current boyfriend, and you felt it necessary to pull out a gun on the father of her children. I mean, that says a lot. That says a lot. Dude didn't even care. He knew what the fuck he was doing. Let's continue.
Call 911.
Carruth shoots at Chad's feet. Then Chad appears to reach toward the gun. That's when Carruth fires 2 fatal shots. So far, no charges have been filed in the case.
Did you ever think that this could happen?
No, I thought it was like a stun gun or a taser gun or something. Like, who's going to bring out? They're having a discussion about a custody thing.
Carruth's attorney writing.
I mean, she said it right there, man. She said it right there. Who's going to bring out a gun? They're having a discussion about a custody thing. What's he? It's because he don't give a fuck. He literally has no skin in the game. It's not his wife, not his fucking kids. He has no skin. He don't care. And it's sad. It's fucking sad.
Thing.
Carruth's attorney writing in part, all Texans may lawfully brandish a firearm to protect themselves. Though Reed came unarmed, he announced his intent to kill Kyle Carruth with Kyle's own.
I will say that if you go back a little bit in the video, they said there's no charges have been filed yet. Bro, it's Texas, man. You were on somebody else's property. I don't know if it was the ex-wife's crib. I don't know if it's Kyle's crib. That's the new dude, Kyle Carruth. But I know that it wasn't your house and you were on their property. And you know how they are in Texas about that. So, I mean, fam, I understand being tough, bro. I really do. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look like no bitch. You don't want to look like no bitch. But, bro, once dude pulled out that thing, even before that, but I'm just going through it at these different points, different decisions could have been made. When old boy went in the crib and pulled out that thing, you got it, bro. It's easy to just be like, you got it, bro. You got it. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel bad about that. You want to be there for the, I'm telling you, man. You want to be there for your kids, man. If you want to really be there for them, man, you got to make decisions that's going to ensure that you're going to be there for them for real. You know what I'm saying? only thing you was thinking about at that moment is your anger. You felt hurt. You was upset. You was angry. You was hurt to some level. And that was the only thing you cared about at that moment. And you got your lady. You got your lady in the whip filming. Come on, bro. I'll be honest with you. You weren't thinking about your child. You say you was thinking about your son, but you wasn't. You was thinking about yourself. Because if you thinking about your child, you would have thought, I need to be here for my children. And in this situation I'm in right now, something could happen where I could potentially not be here for them. Once dude walked in the crib, bro, and he came out with that thing. You got it, bro. I'm out. And the dude shot at your feet, man. He let you know he was about that action. Come on, man. You don't got to be the tough guy. And this is a message to you young brothers out there who are new parents, maybe going through a situation like this. Learn from this, man. Take heed. Don't ever feel like no sucker because you choose to walk away with your life from a situation that can cause you to lose your life, which is going to cause you to not be there for your children. I mean, what's the point of fighting this hard for your children to be there for them to end up either going to jail or losing your life, and then you're not there for them? You got to think. Don't let your anger and your hurt cloud your judgment. That's why, honestly, in a lot of these situations, you can be angry. I understand that. But don't let that anger and that hurt dictate what choices you make. Because you can lose your life. It's okay to walk away. If walking away ensures that you're going to be there for your children, when I say be there, I mean be alive to be there for your children, then you need to do that.
No, I thought it was like a stun gun or a taser gun or something. Like, who's going to bring out, they're having a discussion about a custody thing.
Caruth's attorney writing in part, all Texans may lawfully brandish a firearm to protect themselves. Though Reed came unarmed, he announced his intent to kill Kyle Caruth with Kyle's own gun and took immediate, powerful action to do so, which was unsuccessful. Jennifer Reed's lawyer believes self-defense does not apply.
Whenever Mr. Caruth brought that firearm out, he's the one that escalated and provoked the situation.
According to ABC's local station, the district attorney recused their office, the police department turning the case over to Texas's attorney general.
The attorney general is going to be looking at justification of stand your ground, justification, was there the threat?
Let's see, I guarantee, like, say Chad Reed would have lived, he would have said to himself, I didn't think the guy would bring a gun out. But yeah, because you can't control what somebody else do. Like they just said, man, like the lawyer, Jennifer Reed's the lawyer said, Kyle escalated once he brought the gun out. But as the father, you gotta be thinking so many steps ahead of that before that. So if you would have said to yourself, and this ain't even got nothing to do with Jennifer Reed, this is you as a man, as the father of these children, because you're the one responsible for them. If you would have said to yourself, I'm not going over there because, or if I go over there and the kids aren't there or aren't ready, so be it. You have to be thinking about that, because I don't know the relationship between Chad and Kyle, if they knew each other like that. You know, Chad might not have known that Kyle was a gun guy who wanted to pull out guns over simple arguments. So you're just putting yourself in a situation that you don't have to be in. It's another big thing, man. You do not have, these situations are choices when it comes to custody issues. It's all a choice. You don't have to do any of this stuff. You don't have to go pick up the kids. You don't have to argue with your co-parent. You don't have to do any of that. It's just a choice. If they want to cause problems and cause issues where there is no issue, you can easily walk away. You can wash your hands of it, man. I know it's a hard thing to do, and I know it's hard to hear as a man. But let me be the one to tell you, it's okay to walk. I'm not meaning for this to rhyme, real shit. It's okay to walk away. Don't feel shamed. Don't feel bad. You walk your ass away with your life, and you will see your kids. Guaranteed. You will see them again. You handle your business in court and you let them fight that fight for you. That's what they're there for. You walk away. Don't put yourself in these situations.
Threat potentially that Chad could harm Kyle or get his hands on the weapon, and so as a result, Kyle shot him.
Jennifer is also fighting to get custody of her husband's kids. Zoreen Shah, ABC News Los Angeles.
I will say no sympathy and no love for Kyle because he acted like a bitch. For going to get the strap. That was unnecessary. He didn't need to do that. But the fact that he did do it, man, and that's his crib. I ain't saying he had no right to shoot, old boy. I don't feel that, but, you know, Texas law is what it is. I mean, you got to take all these things in consideration before you make decisions like this. Shit is sad all around. Anyway, I don't want to leave off on not stressing again. Take from this situation, if you're a young parent, father or mother, and you have a child, the relationship didn't work out, and now you guys went your separate ways. You've come up with a parenting plan. You come up with a parenting plan that you guys agree upon, and work it. Work the parenting plan. And if things come up where the child is not available for the parent to get the child during their time, discuss that on the phone ahead of time and say, hey, and I know relationships can be volatile, but if you could take another thing from this situation is be okay, be flexible. Learn to be a flexible co-parent. That is so important, is being flexible. Trust me. 3:15 to 6:15, 3 hours, you're not going to miss a lot. That your child is okay for those 3 hours. You know, be understanding and be flexible. Be flexible. Don't leave the arguing stuff alone. You have to once the relationship is dissolved and both parties have moved on and both parties have new partners, leave the shit alone. There's no reason for the arguing. There's no reason for the fighting. If one co-parent is not following the court order or the parenting plan like they're supposed to, document it, turn it in. Or just be like, all right, cool. You know, what can we work out? Oh, you want me to get them at 7 o'clock? I'm not gonna be able to get them at 7 o'clock. Is it cool if I pick them up tomorrow then at a certain time? And then either you just let me get that time back another day, or we just chalk it up as a loss and we just keep running the parenting plan as usual. It's not a big deal and it's not that serious. No man, no woman should lose their life over just trying to pick their child up at the designated time they're supposed to pick them up. This is a sad situation. And I really hate to see any other young parent go through something like this. And I say young because newer parents might not understand a situation like this yet because they haven't went through it yet. They just got the baby. Relationship is still going strong and it hasn't gotten as bad yet. But look at this as an example of how bad it can get. It can get bad, and it does get bad, but it can be okay. You know, it's all about the decisions and the choices you choose to make as an individual. You cannot concern yourself about what the other person doesn't do correctly or doesn't follow the rules right. You can only be responsible for the choices you make. And you have to make the best choices that are in the best interest of your children. Because you can end up in a situation like this where you're not there for your children no more. So what circumstances have you put your children in now? because you let your hot head get you killed. Sad, man. Don't go out like that. Don't go out like that. I'm out.